Loro Languaged Podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. This is your cozy corner for natural English practice and real-life conversations. I'm Jaden.
And I'm Aria. We are so happy to have you here with us today.
Now, before we jump into today's topic, we have one tiny favor to ask. If you enjoy listening to us, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps other English learners find us.
Exactly. And we would also love it if you left a comment down below. It can be super simple. Just tell us where you're listening from or share your thoughts on today's topic.
And you know what? Typing a comment is actually a great way to practice your English without even realizing it. Your brain is working, choosing vocabulary, putting words in order. It is real practice.
That is so true. So please, don't be nervous about making mistakes. Even just one short sentence is totally fine. We genuinely love reading your thoughts.
All right, are you ready? Let's get right into today's topic.
You know, it feels so nice to just sit back and talk about normal stuff today. No stressful topics, no internet drama, just our daily lives. And today, we are going to chat about healthy habits.
Healthy habits. That is a topic that always makes me feel a little bit guilty. Because every time I hear the word healthy, I immediately think about all the things I'm currently doing wrong in my life.
Haha. I know exactly what you mean. The internet has made being healthy seem like a very stressful full-time job. You open social media and you see these wellness influencers who wake up at 5 in the morning, drink a glass of green juice that looks like liquid grass, run 10 kilometers, and then meditate for an hour, all before going to work.
Right? And I'm just sitting there eating a sugary donut, looking at my phone, feeling terrible about my life choices. It is just too much pressure. We are normal people with busy jobs and tiring commutes. We cannot spend 4 hours a day optimizing our bodies.
Exactly. So today, we are not talking about crazy diets or running marathons. We are talking about micro habits. Tiny, realistic changes that actually make you feel better without making you completely miserable.
I love that idea. Small steps are so much easier to handle. So, what is the absolute most basic healthy habit that we all struggle with? I think I know what you're going to say.
Oh, you definitely know my answer. It is something we literally need to survive. Water.
Water? It sounds so incredibly simple. Just drink water. But somehow, it is the hardest daily task in the world for busy adults.
It really is. I do not understand it. I am an adult human. My body is mostly made of water, but I will go 8 hours at work and suddenly realize I have only had 1 cup of coffee all day. And then I wonder why I have a massive headache at 4 in the afternoon.
Yes, the afternoon dehydration headache. I know it very well. I get so focused on my computer screen, typing emails and joining online meetings, that I just completely forget to drink. I only remember when my mouth gets super dry.
I tried to fix this bad habit last year. I bought one of those giant motivational water bottles online, the ones I'm talking about. They have the times of the day printed on the side, with little encouraging messages like, keep going, or almost there.
Oh boy. Yes. Those bottles are huge. They look like you are carrying a small child to the office. Did it actually work for you?
For about 3 days. On Monday, I felt like a health goddess. I drank the whole thing. By Thursday, I was too tired to carry it on the bus because it was so heavy. So now it just sits in my kitchen cabinet forever gathering dust.
Haha. That is the problem with big lifestyle changes. They are just too hard to maintain. So my trick is much simpler. I just keep a very small glass of water next to my keyboard. Not a big bottle, just a glass. Because it is small, I drink it quickly, and then it gives me a perfect excuse to stand up and walk to the kitchen to refill it.
That is actually brilliant. Jaden, You stay hydrated. And you force yourself to get up from your desk, which naturally brings us to the next big problem of our modern lives. Sitting down. Medical experts say sitting is the new smoking. And if that is true, we are in very big trouble.
We are in huge trouble. We sit in the car to go to work. We sit at the office desk for 8 hours. We sit on the couch when we get home. We basically spend our entire adult lives in a chair.
It is terrifying when you really think about it. And everyone always talks about the magic fitness number, 10,000 steps a day. Have you ever actually tried to track your step?
Yes, I wore a smartwatch for a few months, and it was deeply depressing. On a normal workday, if I did not go out of my way to walk, I would finish the day with maybe 3,000 steps. 3,000. I felt like a potato.
A potato? Wow. I know that feeling so well. Sometimes I look at my phone step counter at night, and it says 2,000 steps. And I think, how is that even possible? Did I just hover around my apartment all day like a ghost?
It happens so easily. So I started doing the classic late-night walk of shame. I would be in my pajamas at 11 at night, walking in circles around my living room, just trying to make my watch happy.
Oh my goodness! The living room pacing. I have definitely done that. Walking from the kitchen to the sofa, back and forth, looking like a crazy person. But honestly, I read an article that said the 10,000 steps rule was actually just a marketing campaign from a Japanese watch company in the 1960s. It is not a magical medical rule.
Really? That makes me feel so much better. I think the real goal shouldn't be a specific number. The goal should just be moving your body more often. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Walk to the coffee shop instead of ordering delivery.
Yes, exactly. Incidental exercise, just sneaking movement into your daily routine. And speaking of our daily life at the office, there is another physical habit we desperately need to talk about: our posture.
Oh, our posture. Everyone listening to this podcast right now, sit up straight, because I know you're probably looking down at your phone with your neck bent.
Haha, I literally just straightened my back and pulled my shoulders down when you said that. It is so true. We all suffer from tech neck. When I am focused on writing an email, I slowly start to lean forward. After an hour, my face is practically touching the screen, and my spine looks like the letter C.
Yes, the office shrimp posture. We all look like little cooked shrimp sitting at our desks. It is terrible for our backs. I actually had to go to a physical therapist last year because my shoulders were always tight and in pain.
Oh no, that sounds serious. Did the therapist tell you to do something complicated? Did you have to buy a really expensive ergonomic chair?
I did buy a nicer chair, but the therapist told me something very simple. He said, the best posture is the next posture. Meaning, you should not stay in one single position for too long. Even if you sit perfectly straight, doing it for 3 hours without moving will hurt your muscles. You have to change positions. Stand up, stretch your arms, just move around.
The best posture is the next posture. I really like that philosophy. It takes the pressure off being perfect. Sometimes I try to do a few simple stretches in my office chair. I roll my shoulders. I stretch my neck left and right, although it can look a little weird if my boss walks in while I'm doing it.
Just tell your boss you're optimizing your workflow. They will understand. But you know, Aria, when we talk about healthy habits, we always focus on the physical things: water, walking, sitting up straight, but I think the mental habits are actually much more difficult to change.
Mental habits. You're absolutely right. The way we treat our brains is just as important as how we treat our bodies, because we consume so much information every single day. It is like a mental diet, and most of us are eating pure junk food all day long.
Exactly. We wake up, and before we even get out of bed, we are looking at emails, reading the news, looking at stressful messages on social media. We start our day in a state of absolute panic.
I used to do that every single day. I would open my work email at 7 in the morning while I was still under the blankets. And if I saw a complicated message from my manager, my whole morning was completely ruined. My heart would beat faster, and I couldn't even enjoy my breakfast. I was already at work mentally.
That is a terrible way to start the morning. You have to build a boundary. So what did you do to fix it?
I made a strict personal rule: no work emails until I'm physically sitting at my desk with a cup of coffee. I completely disabled the email notifications on my phone. If there is a real emergency, they can call me. But honestly, there is almost never a real emergency.
That is a brilliant boundary. It protects your mental peace. I had a very similar problem with the daily news. I used to read the news right before I went to sleep, and obviously, the news is mostly negative and scary. So my brain would be spinning with all these terrible global events, and I just could not sleep.
Oh, reading the news before bed is a guaranteed way to get insomnia. Your brain thinks the world is ending.
So my new mental habit is reading a fiction book at night. No screens, no reality, just a made-up story. It tells my brain that the day is over and it is safe to relax. We really need to be careful about what we feed our minds.
That is so true. A healthy mental diet makes you so much more resilient during the day. It gives you the actual energy to deal with real life. So, we have talked about a lot of different things today: hydration, daily steps, office posture, and mental boundaries. It sounds like a massive amount of things to change.
It does sound overwhelming, and that is the danger. People listen to a podcast about health, and they decide to change everything on a Monday morning. They want to drink 3 liters of water, walk 10,000 steps, have perfect posture, and read a whole book every night.
And by Wednesday, they are completely exhausted. They hate their lives, and they give up entirely. Then they feel worse than before they started.
Exactly. So the real trick is to pick just one single thing, one micro habit. Make it so easy that your brain cannot say no.
I love the micro-habit approach. If you want to drink more water, do not buy a giant, heavy bottle. Just promise to drink one small glass of water when you wake up. That is it. That is the whole goal.
Right? Or if you want to be more active, do not sign up for a marathon. Just promise to do 2 minutes of stretching while you wait for your coffee to brew in the morning. 2 minutes. Anyone has time for 2 minutes.
Yes, because small success builds confidence. When you do that small habit for a week, you feel proud of yourself. And then you naturally want to do a little bit more. Small habits slowly change your identity. You start to see yourself as someone who takes care of their health.
Identity change. That is very powerful. It is not about looking like a fitness model on the internet. It is just about respecting your body and your mind enough to do small, kind things for yourself every day.
That is a beautiful way to summarize it. Doing small, kind things for yourself. So guys, we want to give you a small challenge for this week.
Yes, we want you to pick just one micro habit from our conversation today. Are you going to keep a small glass of water on your desk? Or are you going to stop reading work emails in bed?
Or maybe you will just check your posture and sit up straight right now. Let us know your chosen micro habit in the comments below. We really want to read them and support you.
Well, that brings us to the end of today's conversation.
We really hope you enjoyed it. And remember, no matter what you're struggling with right now, whether it is saving money, learning English, or just getting through the week, take it one step at a time. Be kind to yourself.
Absolutely. Learning a language is a journey, and you are doing great just by being here and listening.
If you found this episode helpful, or even just a little bit funny, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. It is the best way to support what we do.
And please don't forget to leave a comment down below. Tell us what you thought about today's topic, or just say hi. We read every single comment, and we love hearing from you.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and trust the process.
We will catch you in the next episode. Take care, everyone. Bye.